Hi everybody, it's Michelle here, and I hope all you empaths and sensitives are having a really good day. I wanted to briefly jump on and ask you a question that might trigger you a little bit. And I want to ask you, are you self-centered or are you other-centered? And what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is when you speak to people or when you take action in your life, are you doing it for you or are you doing it for others? And I bet most of you will say I'm other-centered because that's how sensitives operate. And that's a lovely thing, but it can be out of balance. If you're constantly, empaths do this unconsciously. They can pick up on the thoughts and feelings of others, and they'll do that first, and then sometimes they decide what they're going to say and do in order to keep the peace or in order to keep the person happy. Does that make sense? And that is lovely on one level, but the drawback is you don't really know what you want, and you don't really know what you think and feel because you've trained yourself to think of them first, and then you decide what to say and do. Does that make any sense? So, and then we would call a narcissist very self-centered, right? They don't pick up on the thoughts and feelings of others. They just do and say what they want to get their needs met. And that's an imbalance also. So what I'm asking you is, you don't want to, I guess the balance would be to be able to do both, to understand yourself and your own needs, and then to also be able to understand other people's needs. But if you're only other-centered or if you're only self-centered, both of those are out of balance. Neither one of those is very good. So here's the task, if you're willing to try it, or the technique. Today sometime, or several times today, ask when you're with somebody and you're talking to them, or maybe even before you go and do something or talk to somebody, just ask yourself, say, what would I say and do if I was other-centered? And if you're a sensitive, you're probably already doing it that way. And just notice what an other-centered mindset, what you would say and do. And then just hold that, and then go to the other way and say, what would I do if I was self-centered? If I thought of myself first and spoke what I wanted to speak and do what I wanted to do. And I'm not asking you to do it that way. I'm just asking you to look both ways and see if you see a difference. It's fascinating. It's really a cool exercise. And if you continue to do this exercise, you'll come more into balance. And it also naturally will help you with boundaries. And why does it do that? Because you're starting to hold what you want to do in the world, what you think about the world, and it's not based on other people's needs. So the challenge today, or whenever you get this and want to try it, is to practice asking yourself, what would I do if I was going to do this other-centered? And then, what would I do if it was self-centered? And just notice that information might be different. And then you choose from there what you're going to do. But just that awareness is going to be huge. It'll bring you back into balance. It'll start helping you with boundaries. Okay, have a great day, everybody.